Oh my gosh, I haven't even gotten the camera set up yet. Camera. Uh, you guys calm down. Everybody be calm. Be calm, damn it. Yeah, you didn't know you'd get a pre-show entertainment. What is happening? Everything is going wrong. I've been scrambling for the last 10 minutes. I just want to fix the camera. Camera. Fixed. I gotta fix the other camera. Yes, you have to up your Patreon tier if you want more of that. Still way too open. Hang on. Fix the other one. Explain calendar. Yeah, if we can get to 10 patrons, we'll do a faceplant calendar. We can make it happen. Good? We're good. Alright. Music's playing. Mic is picking me up. Streaming smoothly. I think. Are we streaming smoothly? Yeah, we're streaming smooth. Okay. Be a perfect Armageddon fundraiser. Well, I'm not going to get to 10 patrons by the time the Armageddon box is out of stores. Face for ruin from the Drakewald. Should I A, keep regular but slow release cadence? Edit the episodes? No. Weeks, even for a month with no new episodes? That's an excellent question. Let me think on that. Because if you post once a month, there's only a few channels that can successfully do that. And they're usually the ones that already have an established reputation, especially with the way the algorithm goes now. Is the delay better? Yeah, so since our game and with my new light, I've had to adjust my camera. And so it doesn't focus on the table as well anymore, but it focuses on the mid-ground so much better. And the autofocus sucks, so I can't rely on that. So I have to keep things in the middle ground. What is your secret? I have no idea. Make your PC crash at least 3 times a week. Because that seems like that's all that happens anymore. Yeah, so the middle ground is where I have the focus set to. Because the autofocus on this camera is awful. So I can't rely on that at all. So I can have it all the way up here or on the table and it'll be out of focus. But when I'm actually holding it and painting it, then it's in focus. Because I have to manually go in and make it focus. What am I doing? I am all out of sorts. A second thin coat here. This brown doesn't lay very well over a black undercoat. You're good and ready, so never. So literally get no views for the first 24 hours on long form. Yeah, I remember that being a thing too. Makes no sense. Like, how are they supposed to judge your performance if they're not pushing it to anyone? Same thing with shorts. My shorts have been doing awful recently, and I haven't changed a thing. I've been uploading at the same time that I usually do, and the same day throughout the week. But I've been lucky to break like 200 or 300 views. It might be more than that now. I haven't checked this week. Zero interest. You have viewership now. You know my peeps will watch you. I was trying to explain to Gino the other night what high tile is, because he had no clue. Yeah, long form, it's next to impossible unless you have an established following already. And I think the only reason that our Hell's Reach video got as many views as it did was because it was kind of clickbaity. But people still watched it. I still get comments about once a month, once every other month. Certain threshold, it seems to keep pushing that one vid. 3, they get a constant stream of views. Yeah, I've kind of given up on the algorithm. It doesn't really affect me one way or another. Light up the clickbait. But did it help though? By the way, did you end up getting that quick edit done last night? Love to my own content that much. Yeah, I mean, that's probably part of the reason I haven't really put that much effort into long form recently. Because I don't really care to, and I don't need to clickbait streams. Because people show up if they want to show up. I just tell them what I'm doing. And then by telling them exactly what I'm doing, I'm creating a little bit of FOMO, but also not really, because my streams aren't that interesting. This is all I do. This is all I really prefer to do. That and talk about lore. World segment, yes. The mic punch, not really. Might be why it's taking so long to get traction. People hear you take a swing at your mic and they're like, nope, I'm done with this guy. You already work with many options on my plate. Don't know what to work first. Yeah, the TISM tends to do that. Why I just follow the hyperfixations. That's why I can't paint a singular army in a reasonable amount of time. Because it's usually whatever media I'm consuming is what I end up painting. So if I'm listening to a book that happens to have Imperial Fists, then I'll paint my Imperial Fist successor. This one. Or if I'm listening to something that has World Eaters, I'll paint World Eaters. Or Tyranids, I'll paint Tyranids. Usually what I'm consuming influences what I paint. Not tonight, though. Tonight, I'm listening to a Guard book right now, and I didn't really feel like painting Guard. Although I could. I can knock one full Guard model out in one stream. I know that for a fact. I just didn't feel like painting Guard. Yeah, long form, it's not that I don't have fun doing it, it's just I don't have time. Because I'd love to make painting tutorials and stuff like that, but one, the painting tutorial niche is very saturated right now. Because everybody and their dog thinks that they need to be a painting influencer. Which is crazy, because when I started the hobby, there were only a handful. And lo and behold, like we were talking about the other night, everyone thinks as soon as they get models, they're going to start documenting their painting journey. Which, sure, more power to. That's fine. Warden is a fine example. The thing about Warden is actually a good painter. And he's not just slopping paint onto a model. Sorry. I'm going to go off on another tangent tonight. That's going to be a problem. How I really feel. Yeah, the problem is it's okay. The Warhammer painting community is awesome. Everybody's great. Everybody's welcoming. There are very few gatekeepers. Very few. You will have the occasional one showing up in your comments, especially during tutorial videos or telling someone how you painted something. Thankfully, I don't do those. The only videos I do are the ones that you see in my shorts. And sure, more power to you. You want to do a painting tutorial and you've only been painting for 2 weeks? Go for it. But I think you are oversaturating the market, which leaves less room for people who have been in it for a while and who can actually teach you something. You have that opportunity. Hence why I am not one, because I'm not good enough to teach you anything. If you ask me a question, I will answer it to the best of my ability. But I'm not going to go out of my way just to document my journey. Like, I don't care about people seeing my journey. I just want to share the models that I've done with people. Like, I know my own progress. I don't need other people judging it. Prime example is the Chaos Lord that I just redid. I painted him 2.5 years ago, and I just last week stripped him down and painted him again. Because I know that I've improved as a painter. And I believe that it shows on the model really well. And I'm glad I did it, and I'm really proud of it. And he's also a bit more cohesive with the rest of my models. Now, if he was like an infantry model or something, like I do have some berserkers that I just don't really feel the necessity to go back and strip and repaint. Because they were painted very early on in my painting career. But he's a character model, and he has some importance in my lore. And just to me as a model, I went in and I redid him in the ways that I've learned and the skills that I've obtained and acquired and learned throughout the time I've been painting. Sorry, I'm ignoring chat. This is what happens when I go on raids. Imagine actually watching Warhammer videos. Cancelled. I don't care about getting canceled. The only reason they cancel me if I got the least bit political. I don't really have a desire to get political, because I just hate politics in general. If you bring up politics in my chat, I'm probably not going to respond. Do some Star Wars lore videos, but I also feel that that fan base is also oversaturated. Yeah, one thing that is lacking is Warhammer homebrew videos. There are a few channels out there that touch on it. And I feel like that's a space that I could probably get into. But again, that requires time that I don't really have. Because ultimately, that's what I am passionate about the hobby is homebrewing. Specifically lore compliant homebrews, not your brony chapter. I am one of those guys who is a Hello Kitty chapter hater. Sure, they look good. The models are painted really well, but I think they're stupid. Call me a gatekeeper. I don't really care. I think it's dumb. I have my way that I consume and I perceive the universe, and I'm going to stick to it. Do before and after for the Chaos Lord. I did. If you go look at my Instagram, I posted it just last night. I think it's also in the patron chat too. I put it in there. In the Discord. By the way, if anyone wants to join my Discord who's not already there, go join it. Show me your models. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Should get political. Gonna be productive. Well, that's stupid. Productivity is part of the week. New Lord of the Rings game released? I didn't hear about that. Who released it? Yeah, I see. Browns are good. Next, we do the blues. Is it like a Two Towers remake or something? Because that would be sick. Hack and slash. I remember I played I think it was the Fellowship of the Rings RPG on the Game Boy. And that game was phenomenal. Alright, let's do the blues. Fellowship. Well, if it's a remake of the one that I used to play, that would be awesome. Is it canon? You like Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn? Interesting. Frank Cloud were still here, I'd try to bully him into buying GW Lord of the Rings models. We were looking at them the other night. Are they fine cast? I've never actually seen any of them. I was just looking at them on GW's store. Most of the infantry are plastic. Web store will tell you in the description what to. I'll have to look again. Probably won't get any, but they're kind of neat. Kind of like AOS models. Speaking of AOS models, I don't know if I've really talked to anybody about this, but I know everyone's aware that I can't really get into AOS or fantasy or old world. That I can't get into the lore. But the models are fantastic. And in the AOS line, I really, really like the Night Haunt. I would love to get a Night Haunt army. Unfortunately, I would only be able to justify getting one if I enjoyed the lore. Just for myself. Justify in my own head. Because you can't homebrew anything in AOS. Not easily. Not like in Warhammer. Or in 40k. It hooked you on the old world? For the models, yes, because the models are fantastic. But I can't get into the lore. It's not that appealing to me. Which is highly unusual for a fantasy setting. Because I love most fantasy settings. But I really do think that it's just the incompatibility of being able to make your own thing. And being able to justify it as your own headcanon. Because Warhammer 40k is constructed in such a way because not only the expanse of the galaxy, but in the timeline, it up until the Indominus era, it was really easy to make canon events and have them kind of have their own place in the timeline, but not really. And Indominus is kind of that way. like for all of my campaigns that I'm writing in the era Indomitus, I just mark them as early M42 because we don't really know the exact date at the moment. And since the cicatrix opened, it kind of makes time wonky anyway. I got some motivation to paint the demon prince I converted like 4 or 5 years ago. One of my first involved kit batches. Have you shown us that? Why do I feel like you've shown us a picture of that? And is it for the sign-on? Into basic soon. Is it a specific character within the sign-on? Or is it just random demon prince? Remember that Terminator Lord? Supposed to be him apothesize. Is Anzi? Ah, so you have some in-model character development. So do you still have the Terminator Lord as him, or did someone else get his Terminator armor when he went through apotheosis? I'm doing all right. I just remembered I have coffee. I am gonna go pour me a cup. You guys in chat, keep yourself entertained until I come back. Okay? Okay. I'll be back. Okay. Back. Let's do the metallics. Not exactly sure why I went with painting Terminus Knights tonight. I just kind of did. This dude was already partially painted anyway. So he did deserve a spot. Also, I was thinking, since these guys are participating in the Tannine War, I've been contemplating adding a small chaos element to the Tannine War, just some warband that jumps around and causes mischief. But I'm not sure if I want to commit to it. But if there were any opportune time for a Chaos Warband to come in and cause mischief, it would be while the orcs are assaulting a system. But like I said, I haven't committed to it. Hello. with paint white. Making face cord. I think you have sent us that before. I think. I don't know. It looks sick. I am a fan. Of course, I'm a fan of yours anyway. You knew that. Yeah, I'm almost positive you have. May do a video. I think I have a nice narrative to tell about putting projects off. Especially since doing a new army conversion every month may not be realistic since the Inquisition are taking a while. That's valid. Were there Death Watch in that Inquisition box too? Or is it just Ordo Malleus? Or no, it's Ordo Hereticus, isn't it? Probably gonna have to go gold with the Indomitus Crusade badge, which I guess is okay. Doing Witch Hunter's army, so no Death Watch or Grey Knights. Special Snowflakes back to Space Marine Town. But I like Death Watch. Your army, though. No, whatever. You do you, boo boo. Hey, Rustiv. How you doing? Been a while. Good to hear. Been making any hobby progress? New track, new projects around that. Getting prepped. North for my last semester. Haven't really had time. Understandable. I've had to force myself to have time. These guys can attest to that. How's life? Life like? Through it day by day. Feel that. Trust me. I don't have a dedicated hobby space yet. Not a great excuse, but I really want to settle into a house. But final plans are still in the air. I feel that too. It took me a long time to get a dedicated hobby space. By a long time, I mean probably like a year. Because before that, I was just setting up a lamp and a light on the floor. Okay. I think he's ready for some null oil. I'm actually going to do something I've never done before. And it may end in disaster. But I'm going to put his house symbol on his back. His house shul is a full white circle. I could be doing that. Probably should, but it's alright. It's probably not the best. Definitely screwed up my back a little bit doing all that. But I wouldn't fret too much about it. Your Ascallions, still have a place in the Tannine War. And they are on the logistics stock, which I do believe is available in the Discord, if anyone ever wants to look at that. How much do you need to make that Mal theme song? I could do it. That is something I would probably have to charge commission for. But for real though, if you're serious about that, we can work something out. How much? Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd probably have a down payment and then charge by the hour. I don't know. Are you talking like an intro song for like your videos? So you don't have to pay anybody? I guess you'd be paying me. But for like, you don't have to worry about copyright? Or do you want me to make you a little jingle? Because I can do that too, but it will be slightly lower quality. Like a video opening, need to listen to your music again to get a sense of your style. Oh, I wouldn't go off by any of that. Uh, that's a very specific style. Actually, I think I might have deleted that channel in the patron Discord because I didn't think anybody would actually listen to it. I can send you a couple simple things that I've done. Very simple, not a whole lot of production went into it. But remind me after stream and I'll try to get those over to you. I don't remember how many I have. Told you I might have to rework the Skyline's lore. Still be in Tanine, but the background and name may change. Not sure if I'm in love where I'm at with them so far. No worries. Keep me in the know, and we can change whatever you want. I thought I deleted it. I'm not usually one to share the stuff I make, because usually the stuff I make is unfinished. As I usually start it, and I'm like, that sounds good enough. I don't go through any mixing or anything, which I can do, I just don't really have the incentive for myself to take the time to do it. Since I'm generally under the impression that no one's going to listen to it anyway. Pre and post apotheosis. Ah, I see. What kit did that sword come with? Is that a fantasy kit? Because that's sick. Use a lot of new AOS. You're suffering from those AOS STDs. I can see where that comes from. Thanks, I see. It look better once I highlight the blue. But now I gotta wait for this wash to dry. The salamanders, but you don't like eradicators? Eradicators like a salamander's unit? I guess it would be more in furnace, but I can see salamanders taking a lot of eradicators. GW brand managers say Chaos Warriors aren't a good enough trade. Let's call them STDs. They are very on theme. Yeah, I thought salamanders were pretty melta heavy. Oh yeah, I don't have a bot set up, but the link is in the description of this stream. If you want to join the Discord, you are more than welcome. A lot of fun hobby stuff going on over there. Hobby. While I wait on that, I haven't posted the short yet. But for those of you who don't know, I finished my Chaos Lord. The repaint of him. And I think he looks so much better than he did before. I'm thrilled with how he turned out. And we got highlights on the cape. I think he's sick. Thanks, Mel. I appreciate it. Also like how my fur turned out. I was afraid it was going to be too pale, but I think it ended up being a fairly reasonable color. Gonna look at this guard sergeant again. Also, the sword was specifically from an AOS chosen kit. Oh, I forgot there's an AOS chosen. I'm wanting to get some 40k chosen kit because I want some for the Putrid Maw. So I can have some generic Chaos Corn units. Maybe after stream we could add this section of Discord for people to help others with list building gameplay. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. We don't really focus on the game a whole lot because I don't really play the game like ever. The community knows I've played one official game, and it's not even really official. It was right here on my table. 40k kit kind of blows, not a lot of customization. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. You get that vibe from the box. I was just gonna take it and throw some World Eaters helmets on it. Yeah, everyone else in the community plays the game. I just don't. So yeah, I can totally add. I should add a category for the game so people can talk about that. I may do that later this evening. What would you guys want in that category? You want list builds, you want roles discussions, battle reports, what? Because I don't really know. What factions? So my primary focus in the hobby is making everything I do 100%, well, not 100%, but everything I paint homebrew. So every faction that I have is a homebrew. So these guys that I'm painting tonight, this one that I'm painting tonight, no preference of the actual game. Did you hear about the fist fight at Super Major in the UK? I did not. So these guys are an Imperial Fist successor. I also have a Lamentor successor, so bipartisan, they are Blood Angels. I have World Eaters slash kind of Death Guard. They're Nurgle and Khorne World Eaters. I have Orcs. I have Death Watch. I have a singular guard unit. Dark Angels, Tyranids, and I am just as of recently starting Necrons. So is UK. So I am all over the board. I have 10 armies in progress. And they all have their own lore. They are all taking part in current campaigns that I'm writing. I had so many beers he could barely play. Overheard one of his opponents complaining, so he threw all his minis on the ground and started throwing hands. That's wild. My only concern is, are the minis okay? Well, I guess the first question should be, what was he playing? I feel like that's a pretty important question to get to know who this guy is. Was he in fact playing World Eaters? That's about to be me at Nova. You're gonna throw hands at Nova? I expect there to be a video, and I expect it to go completely viral. And then you be banned from every official tournament ever again. I guess Nova's more of a con, isn't it? It was Necron on Necron violence. They both deserved it. Well, that's lore accurate, because the Necrons fight each other all the time. Okay. Let's do the highlights or the leathers first. I should probably do the leathers first. Call it the Infinite and the Divine. Yeah. I just finished Twice Dead King, the first one, Ruin. And there's a lot of Necron on Necron going on. highlighting now. You believe. Maybe I should outwash first. Also do that purity seal. We're gonna go ahead and highlights. Great. Okay. Tiny amount of dry brushing. That'll work. Okay. Before I go in and do the weathering, I'm going to add the leathers. Okay. Now we can go in and do the actual weathering. Too much. Reach out the aspect vid, and apparently the Destrier Knight is getting a brother. A fancy admechs and missile pods. You know, a knight is on my list. Probably not in the near future. For one, I'm very excited. If I had the resources, I would absolutely get one. Forgot I need to get that Indomitus badge too. Okay. Ain't the Indominus badge. Edge highlights. Finish the purity seal. Model should I enter into Nova single mini contest? Hmm. Can you give us like a roster to choose from? Like, can you send a picture in the Discord of all of the ones that you would want to enter? I love Destrier. In my normal Terminator, Caldroni, and Marshall. I think I've seen your Terminator before. I don't know. I'd have to see them side by side. The Plague Orcs into the squad contest always turn me over normal. I would definitely. I don't know. The Plague Orcs would probably kind of go hard. Oh yeah, definitely the Termi. Because I think the tilting shield is what would sell it. Edge highlight those. Finish this purity seal. Any other armies? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other armies, Nancy? Also, there's plenty of places in the Discord to post your models. I love seeing people's models. Needs and orcs and knights soon. Sick. What drew you to those? Anything specific or because they were cool? Oh, you're gonna ally one in your Inquisition? I don't like that, not gonna lie. All of the models that are posted are in the hobby category. So models on display and work in progress, kit bashing, those channels. I'm realizing that now that actual screen is very oversaturated. I need to down a bit more. That's much better. Or is that too dark? Is that too dark for you guys? Touch-ups before deciding. Very wise. Okay. Anything else I need to do? Touch more exposure. That's where it was. Of course, my white balance is making everything go crazy. I did adjust the brightness on my light. It wasn't all the way up. That was probably part of the problem. Yeah, because you can see all the details now. My edge highlights and stuff. Yeah, I can't go in between. Those are the two. How about that? Okay. All right, now I can do the fine text on the purity seal, and other than the base, I think he's done. That's probably, I've been going for a couple hours. That's probably about as long as I'm going to go for tonight because I am tired and I have been streaming a lot in the last few days. Triple R text. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So yeah, what's left on him is the base. And I will probably do that on my own time. But thanks everybody who was here. Thanks for jumping in the Discord. Thanks for sharing your models. I appreciate all that. Yeah. Go follow me on Instagram. Or watch my shorts on my YouTube if you want to see the models that I've done. And see the projects that I am currently doing. If you want to help me continue doing this, go support me on Patreon. You guys help me do the things. You've helped me upgrade my PC to make my streams function better. You guys have helped me buy hobby supplies, various things in that department. Yeah, go join the Discord. Appreciate all you.